And hello, everybody. I hope you can hear me. I just clicked a bunch of buttons. I hope they're the right ones. They're usually not, so let me know if I have made a mistake. My name is Kevin, also known as Dirty 20 Gaming. These wonderful people are the people that are going to help me tell the story tonight. Let's start with them. Robin playing Caradwin for us. Karis playing Amala, and Austin playing Gear. I will be playing Bill. Other than that, we are playing Ironsworn in co-op mode, so nobody's the DM, nobody has a plan, nobody has a plot, but we're all full of ideas, and we're all storytellers, and we'll figure it out together. This game is, I thank him every week because it's amazing. Huge thank you to Sean Tompkin, who built Ironsworn, and this idea of the oracles and the moves and the assets. Pretty much every part of this game is really unique and very, very interesting and a lot of fun to play. That tells you how much I respect this system. Is I don't leave any game that I come close to intact, and this one we have made remarkably few changes because we haven't needed to. It's really interesting and unique. Or let's add this. Yeah. Speaking of add this, oh, look at me segue. Ethan made the character sheets in Roll20 for us, which allows me to get Roll20 in there too, and they are amazing. Everything is on them. Everything is clickable. Everything is so intuitive and makes so much sense. You'll be seeing us use those all night tonight too. Other than that, a thing happened this week that I'm pretty proud of, to be quite honest. As of 2 nights ago, this Twitch channel now has 50 followers. We made it to 50 people. I don't know if anybody noticed. We did so, and over on YouTube, Dirty 20 Gaming, same moniker, we are now over 100 subs over there too. So people are watching, and thank you all for doing that. That's amazing. On that happy note, we should probably go back down our hole, back to the Bronze Age, back to the edge of the Iron Age, where mayhem, disaster, and who knows what else is happening just above our heads, because we're all underground. So let's do what we always do and go around. And what happened last week from... Who wants to volunteer to go first? More or less. I was. We were streaming behind a wall of silence. I didn't even swear. I'm quite proud of myself.
You could hear the silent frustrations.
Oh, the rage was there. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, we're back. So you guys didn't hear the intros, right?
Gear will get us back into the mood here.
So from the top.
I'm gonna have to start
No,
over.
they heard you, Kevin. They heard you.
They heard you, so all your nice words.
So I have to start
right
over. Ready?
From we'll drop back into the start of year's recap of last week.
I can't do anything with this small creature annoying me every 2 hours in the middle of the night. I can't hunt. I can't sleep. But I keep telling myself this is for a good cause. And so, to my surprise, Bill wanted to go for the morning food. I thought, of course, he's going to get himself killed. So I sent the wolf with him. It took a while, but he limped back into camp. I thought he had only come back with a rabbit and a headache. But he said he was attacked by the woman, the one who wants to get her hands on Caradwin. She's been watching us. Every step we take. And so, what can we do? Move forward still, right? That's it. That's all we can do. And so, we found this hollowed out little shell of a village. I don't even know if you could call it that. Until the wolf found something. And by found, I mean stumbled into a hole that led into the center of some hidden circle beneath the mud. After trying not to break my way out and being reunited with my friends, we started talking to this woman who's, I don't know, someone of import in this circle, Naya. She was afraid. Of what? I don't know. The only thoughts I have on the matter are whatever is causing this fear. Whatever drove them underground is not some natural predator. I think it's intelligent. And they still will not tell us what it is.
So, any volunteers to go second?
Did anybody hear that?
They heard that.
The voices are back.
Yes, yeah.
Here's having the baby blues.
Yes.
I'm having postpartum depression.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
And you've got a teenager. Yeah.
I can go.
Sure.
We finally made it to Grey Barrow after a lot of trouble. It's nothing like I would have ever expected. I've never seen a circle that lives underground. And Naya acted as if this was common knowledge, like as if I should have heard about it. But I know Kadal has been through here before. He trades with everybody on the route, and so why didn't he say something? Why has nobody said anything to anyone? Or are they just not saying anything to me? That seems fairly self-centered, doesn't it? I'm important enough to not tell something, or maybe not important enough to not tell something. No, I can't focus on that right now, because, well, we're here, and hopefully we'll be able to leave them and not cause them any more trouble like we seem to do. And I hope Adden and Seth don't cause them trouble. Though to be fair, it's probably us that's going to cause them more trouble than them. That's it.
Oh, I am totally going to cause them trouble.
I already put a hole in their building.
Yep. Let the evil in, you bastard. Would you like to go next?
Sure. Well, we made it to Grey Barrow. I expected a large circle with a trading center and lots of people and all, but that's not at all what we found. We found a people hiding underground, practically under siege, and for a long time, too. The traders clearly knew this and never spread word of it. The whole thing just seems so odd. The travel itself was surprisingly uneventful, and I had a lot of time to think. You know, it occurs to me that shamans pay attention to what's going on around them. I saw Weena investigating shadow events. The home shaman had set up elaborate rituals to defend his circle from nearby things. But I wonder, do they talk to each other? Do they share knowledge and build a larger understanding of what's going on? Do they have the big picture that we're sort of struggling to scratch around the edges of? What do I know about what's going on? Is there something what should I be sharing with them? What should I be asking them? And they all know such different things. I wish I could spend like a year with each of them and learn. As if we'll have time. But this is the third circle I've visited since leaving Kinheim. Home, the Kadi, and now Grey Barrow. And everyone has been under siege for quite some time. Has Kinheim been under siege and I didn't know? I don't think so. I mean, everyone in these circles seems pretty clear, clearly stressed, clearly fearful, clearly participating in defense, and very clear that things are bad. And why isn't Kinheim like that? Was I just oblivious? Was it something Weena did? Have we just been protected in a bubble? I wish I knew.
Nice.
Okay, Bill.
And Bill's, I guess it's almost in two parts. One of it is, he and Twitch or he and the White Mane and Feet are coming back. Wrong familiar. Oops. But yeah, he's got Feet in his backpack and the wolf's beside him, and he's all weirded out from his recent encounter. And he starts talking to Feet and the wolf because it's there. I know it's not the same for you, Feet, but I feel like someone had a crap and wrapped it in a turd and put that in a shit and stuck it in my head. Oh, it's awful in there, Feet. It's awful and it's bad, and that thing's in there now, and it can see me wherever I go. I can't hide. You know how much I like to hide, Bella. Well, look at the wolf. I hope you're worth it. 'Cause this is awful. And then the second bit's after we're back and underground. And he's kind of, you guys were doing most of the talking anyway. He's being pretty quiet. And starts saying to himself this time, really, is it just me? Or are all these circles hiding something? That first one where we got Amala, they're hiding the fact that their shaman ain't worth shit. The second one, they were hiding all them deads. That last one were weird. I know. I sure wish Gear had been in there instead of out there out headbutting goats and whatnot. There was something about them that weren't right. And this lot hiding in the basement and unwilling to tell us why. Don't like any of it, Feet. The part I really don't like is I can't get my thumb in there to clean that out. That'll do. So, we are in the...
and we are officially in a circle.
Yeah.
And
In a circle,
believe,
in their common area.
Yeah.
And we've been given a place to sleep.
Yep.
So it's evening, but the traders were just entering.
Yeah, Naya just came back after telling the traders that their friend was here.
Yes.
And no.
Small retcon to that. When Naya comes back, she has this young, spry-looking gentleman with her. Seth,
Okay.
the youngest of the traders, kind of comes in with bloodied bandages wrapped around his forehead and his arm kind of up into a sling with various green and brown mixtures poking out of it.
Ugh.
And as Naya kind of pushes open the door, he practically pushes past her. Walter, good, and meets Caradwin's eyes. And just kind of looks to the floor.
I'm sorry, Seth. I know he was close to you.
What do you mean you're sorry? Did you see the thing that attacked us?
Of course I did.
He flipped the cart over with one hand. How? What were we supposed to do?
I don't know. Seth, that's the same thing that attacked me 10 years ago.
No,
Remember, Vadden said I was crazy, that something like that couldn't exist. That's the same thing.
And now look at him. He can't even get up. He's been talking in his sleep since we got here. He's having fever dreams, Caradwin.
Your uncle.
Yes. They've been keeping wet towels over his body, but they can't break it. This was supposed to be easy. We were just supposed to come down here, trade a couple things, and be back home before we knew it. This wasn't even a long journey. We didn't pack anything.
Wait. Walter said you were told to follow me. Did you know about that?
No.
Walter said his brother sent you, well, on a trading mission, but also said you were to find me on my way to finding Kadal and get me to return home.
Of course we were told that if we saw you, but no. You know, he has been acting strange. You should see the village. Things are changing.
He's always been strange.
I know, but not like this. You can see the lights in his hut all hours of the night.
Why did no one ever say anything about Grey Barrow?
It's supposed to be a secret. We traders come to this place like it's some kind of rest stop because it's out in the open. No one's supposed to know this is a hub. Not all the stuff that happens here is good, Caradwin.
I know.
We normally don't even spend the night. It's too dangerous.
Dangerous how?
And he kind of looks to where Naya is standing there, and he is immediately kind of shot this nasty look and just kind of shuts down. I need to get back. Adden is not doing well. I need to be there if he wakes up.
Of course. And she'll reach into her pack and the different jewelry that was on Walter that she found. She hands to him.
And he takes it, and you can see now as his face is downturned, looking at this handful of trinkets, that he goes to turn away quickly under the premise of going to check on his uncle, but you can see the tears are flowing freely from his eyes at this point.
Oh, for sure. Yep.
I really am sorry for your loss, Seth.
And you can see as he's now facing away from you, takes a couple steps, stops, thinks about saying something, and just kind of puts his head down and pushes through the door and disappears.
Naya,
Yes.
what did he mean? What dangers around here?
It's like the world changes at night. It's like it becomes a nightmare land. Just avoid it. You don't it's our lot to deal with. You don't need to. I mean, stay the night down here underground. It will be safe. And then go on your way tomorrow and don't look back. I mean, you're welcome to stay anytime you come through. Now that you know the secret, but
Why wasn't he allowed to tell me about it?
while it's a secret, people do stop by and trade. We're able to have some contact, a little piece of normalcy. If it became more widely known, we'd be a pariah. No one would ever come here. We would become isolated and alone, and it's much easier if during the daytime it's not a nightmare.
I understand. I simply meant why Seth couldn't speak of what the danger was.
It was
Because
not
if he
his
says it,
place. A little voice from the back of the room. Gear, even you didn't smell, hear, sense this little man, all covered in mud and dirt and sticks, crouched down in the corner, in the shadows. Big scritchy beard. Not his place. Hers, mine, not his.
I'm sorry. I didn't see you.
No, you
there.
did not. You would not now, except I see you and wish you to see me. He understands. He points at Bill.
I'm Caradwin Enelier.
Yes, you are. And you
my
are of them. And he points at the ones that just left.
Yes. And my traveling companions and I, we mainly needed to catch up with them.
The
we don't
wolfman and the
need.
shaman, yes. He points
Yes.
at the two of you.
Yes.
Gear will
Why did you
speak up.
need to know? Why did you need to know the secret? Why was it so important?
If we're going to stay here, then we need to know what's hunting you, because it's also hunting us.
That is different. What is hunting you is huge and dangerous. What is hunting us is only darkness and fear.
Wait, you know what it is?
It nearly took them.
Right. Right.
Why are they still alive?
They escaped.
No.
Ah.
Did you see the destruction that thing caused? Even the young one said it flipped the carriage with one hand.
I assumed they, I don't know, wishful thinking.
Outran a myth? You can't.
It had what it needed. They were only in the way.
An interesting idea. Perhaps even partially correct. You, and he points at Amala, you have questions. Many questions. You are a wall of questions.
Yes.
But they are hard to see because of the light and the shadows. You are so bright. First question. I meant you.
Who are you?
Not a who, a what. At least on a good day, a spirit. Right now, not so much.
Okay, what are you?
On a good day, I am a spirit. And his hand goes like through his head and back through. On a good day, I am attached. And he puts his hands in the walls, and his fingers kind of sink in, and you see the roots of every little thing around them just kind of come out and touch his fingers. And you can't imagine how vast that network must be. But as soon as he does it, he kind of glazes over, and then the fingers come back out, and he comes back. On a good day.
Is this your circle then? Did you create this?
Not mine, but created. Needed a place. Needed a hole.
And on a bad day, what makes it a bad day?
Can't connect. Can't see. Can't hear. Can't feel. Just meet.
How often are the bad days?
Very rare. But I have to come and have these moments or I cannot communicate with you. Next question? Make it a good one. Make it a real one. Amala, what do you want to know? And one hand kind of goes into the mulch in the wall. Kind of half glazes over.
What do I need to know to serve my circle?
Everything you need, you already know. You know you need to serve. The rest you simply do. What circle? And there's a huge grin, like that's what he wanted you to say, yes. But
We're skirting the edges of these things. This is big. This is big. This is scary. This is
too big.
I don't know. We can't even see how big it is. We can't even see where we could place a fulcrum and a lever in order to make a difference, in order to...
Make it smaller, or make you bigger. Or stomp on its toe, and when it bends down, poke it in the eye. What do you want to know?
How much do shamans talk to each other?
Not enough, not at all, hardly any ever.
Why?
Because each has their own way, which I think was your next question. What is the way? There is no the way. There is only your way.
There's no the way. There's no the way.
Everyone makes their own. You do not need to learn from Weena. You do not need to learn from any of the others. Everything you will ever be is already in you.
You are wrong.
Enlighten me. There's no anger, just honest wonder.
Yeah. I can only look in one direction. You look in another direction, you see things I cannot see. If I do not learn from you what is over there,
you have not yet looked. This does not mean you cannot. I have not been to an ocean, but it does not mean I cannot go to one. It just means I haven't yet. You don't. You do. Amala, you still think the iron did it.
Sorry, the player can't keep a straight face. The character is glowering at you.
Mm-hmm. And he's just like borderline Smeagol, given like he's just crunched and just focused. His head's forward. And it's just silent. He is just waiting. He is like still like a tree, like a Buddha, just sitting there waiting. He's gonna wait you out.
And all of a sudden, she takes a deep breath.
Mm-hmm.
And listens.
What are
Say
you listening
that again.
What were the exact words I said? I don't remember. remember. I was so into character, I completely forgot. What did I actually say?
Well, the character might not say the exact same words the same.
No, because he wants to trigger the reaction. I'm sorry. I have completely
You
forgotten.
still
I was
think the
watching you
iron
so
did it?
intensely.
Yeah.
He said you
Right.
still think
Thank
the
you.
iron did it.
Yes, thank you. So yes, he leans even closer and he says, "You still believe the iron did it?"
Did what?
All the magic.
He's watching us too.
Iron doesn't
Iron doesn't
iron
do.
doesn't drive them away, it attracts them. You know that. You saw it.
Iron doesn't do. Iron only is.
Amala does. Not iron. Whew, very tiring talking to you.
I know.
And she shoots Kira dirty.
Yeah. And he just leans down even lower and looks up. Like his chin's almost on the ground. He's flexible like a yogi, and he's just right down low, looking up at you. And he says, "There you are. Sorry for the wait, my dear. It comes with the power."
Mm.
Who were you just talking to?
You? If all your magic is yours, Amala, then the responsibility for all of it lies with you.
No, 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 no.
It's why I stay down here, and it's why you can't. Your circle needs you, and only you. You are the only one who can do for them what they need. It has been an honor, Amala Lightbringer, to meet you. And he bows to the ground. And the place is silent. Like everybody in the room is watching this. These two titans have a conversation.
I know that when I have a chance to reflect, I will also recognize that it has been an honor to meet you. Forgive me that it's going to take me time to get to that.
It always takes time for a tincture to work. You may call me Tincture, And he just reaches out his hand like he's not quite sure how to shake a hand. He just kind of...
And she holds out a very trembling hand.
Just the fingertip touches. You should all rest now, and so should I. Oh, one more question? Perhaps one? And he's already sort of backing into the shadows and the darkness. Perhaps time for one more.
What do you want to know that you don't know?
How to make the nightmare go away. I want the night back for my people. I want to take care of my circle like you take care of yours. You are successful at the moment, and I am not. I want what you have. Success.
And Amala kind of turns and goes over and sort of hides behind Gear.
Yep, absolutely, yep. And Tincture just sort of into the shadows, into the darkness. Gear, you're the last one that can make any sense out of what's him and what's Roots, and then he's just gone. I wanted
Look
a
down
really
to
weird
a-
shaman. I just wanted a really weird one.
Look down to Amala.
Ugh.
Who's the kook?
Oh, I couldn't have put it better myself. That one were right weird, that one were.
Amala, are you okay?
Oh yeah, I'm sure I am. I just hope I figure that out soon.
Sheridan will take her hand, one of her hands.
I shoot a
Oh, I
look
wonder
to the white mane and just comes over and nestles next to Amala because Gear can't do that kind of shit.
if...
He's not allowed. He's too tough.
She can bury herself
Yeah.
in its fur, in her fur.
Well,
And
I wonder when they're going to offer to feed us.
They already fed us once.
Yeah, but what about Elevensies?
Yeah.
that's in the morning.
That's hobbits. That's a hobbit morning thing. This is a Bill Night thing. This is a midnight snack before you go to bed.
Caradwin will look to Naya, who I'm assuming she's assuming is still in the
Oh
room.
yeah, she's standing in the kind of over by the other door.
The two men from Frostmouth.
Hmm.
Seth said the older one was unwell. Do your healers have any idea if he'll be okay?
I don't happen to know that. I've been busy with outer things today. I haven't
No,
been into the healer's wing.
I understand it's
I will find someone for you who knows. Or you can go, I can show you to the healer's wing and you can talk to them yourself.
I'd like that, please.
Do you need us to bring you all anything? We don't generally encourage people to stay the night, so we don't have much in the way of guest quarters, but we do have a spare room you could all use if you like.
Yes, one close to the surface.
Gear.
I look over to Caradwin. Please.
It's something.
Looks like it pained him to say that.
I will I will see what I can do. Come with me. I'll take you to the healer's wing. Do you
And
all
Karen,
wish to come?
Nope.
Frankly, I could use with the lie down, me.
you all
And I,
can stay
I,
here.
yeah, Amal is still buried in,
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Yeah.
the wolf's
Yep.
fur.
So yeah, Caradwin will go with Naya as
Okay.
the other three get settled, I guess. I don't know.
And so she sends somebody back in there that'll direct us all to
Yeah.
a room. Not very far from
So-
the common room because that area is the closest to the surface.
Sure, that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm sure they don't have many rooms too terribly close to the surface, because why would they?
Not very many, no.
Probably only
They're
the one
cheap.
that I fell through.
They're the
And
cheap
that's not a
seats.
room,
The
that's a storage.
some of the storage,
Yeah.
upper storage stuff, yeah. How much do you want to role play?
This part doesn't have to be role played. It's just she's
Okay.
concerned about his condition, which
We should ask the Oracle
ooh.
his
Yep.
fate.
You would,
'Cause
if
none
you
of
went
us,
in.
I don't think any of us
Ooh.
have a specific
Yeah,
idea.
yeah.
We're all
none of
curious. We
No.
all want to know. So that's
Oh,
what
I just did that to kind of turn up the drama a little bit.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I assumed. That's why.
Speaking of turning
Well,
up
yeah,
the
you're
drama, this
Austin, of
system is
course.
very, very good at turning up the drama. So
Speaking of-
somebody roll a. What would
Is
it be?
Speaking of,
Well, it's Carradin's
Oh.
question.
Okay.
So
So
what's the question? Will he recover?
how likely is he to survive the night?
that's what I was thinking. How likely is he to survive? Because
Okay.
Seth said he was mumbling and
Having fever dreams.
having
and-
fever dreams
So-
and ill and
Roll a D100.
well, because we have to ask the Oracle thing if we figure out the likelihood.
Well, that's what I was thinking is you could roll a
So-
D100 and we can sit here and look at the Ask the Oracle chart. And
You-
if you get 11 or lower, it's
That's
almost
true.
certain. If it's 91 or higher, it's a very small chance he'll
Oh,
make it through the
and
night.
then so roll to see where it is, and then roll to see how his condition actually is.
Yeah, I like that.
So-
I
What did you
like
roll?
that. So he's got a
97, so
small
it's a
chance of making it
small
through the night.
chance. Okay,
now
so
you have to
small
roll
so-
91 or over
so-
again, or he's going to be yeah. No.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Oh shit. So we'll
Now,
describe what
he
you see.
hasn't died yet. You know he's not going
No.
to. You
And
strongly suspect he's. The healers
The
tell you
healers,
he's not going to
the
make it through the
healers
night.
don't think he's going to survive the night.
Yeah.
And or survive in general. Maybe he will survive the night, but they don't think he will recover.
But yeah, you walk into this makeshift kind of, and it's like smoky. The ceiling's really low. There are dried herbs hanging, and you see this makeshift cot made out of sticks and bristles lying together, and you see the pale, sweaty, colorless skin of Adden lying there, and you can see his face is twisted into this grimace. The only color on his body are the patches of red on the bandages over his face and the majority of his chest. And you can see Seth is laying there on his arms, asleep, holding onto Adden's hand, just sleeping upright with his head on the cot. And that's about, they won't let you go too far into the room because they say that Seth needs his sleep and they don't want to send him out of the room because it's not
Oh,
looking
yeah.
good.
Yeah. So she'll stand there for a long time, just kind of watching and listening to the mumblings of Adden, and knowing that more than likely they were casualties of, they were just, in the way, as Gear said, because as far as we know, they were. Maybe there's some big scheme, but no. And knowing that, I mean, she and Gear know what it's like to be deliberately attacked by the Iron Revenant and to barely survive. And so knowing how even an accidental attack, but then being in the way could be deadly, she will look to one of the healers that's there, and she will hand over some things to them to give to Seth when he wakes up. Some provisions and stuff for supplies, for getting back, for somehow making it, and a few other, things that would be meaningful to him, especially since he was here on a trade route and now has nothing.
Yeah.
So she kind of gives them that and will, ask them to help him on his way to the nearest circle as best as they could. And then
as you
we'll
look in
return.
where Adden is laying, you see just tiny little tree roots starting to come out of the walls and the floor around him and wrap up onto the cot and just sort of start to wrap his body from the feet up. Just very, very slowly. He's still alive, but it's starting to take him.
And she kind of just says, if anything that he needs help with is I was gonna say financial burden, but we don't really have monetary things. But in that same realm of like, if it's a burden of any way, she'd try to help.
Like trade goods.
To compensate, yeah, trade goods. If they need someone to go off and hunt or something, or to send word somewhere, or something, she'd do her best to compensate for their troubles to get Seth at least to the nearest circle, if not back to the Tempest Hills or even Frostwood, and then she'll go back to wherever the room is that they're staying.
Suggest we reduce our supply.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, reduce supply by 1 for sure, and then
No, we're in a circle. We're in a circle.
Oh, that's right.
You're offering some of our
it would be
stuff.
reduced,
Oh,
but
yes,
then we
yes.
would, from our
Yeah,
stuff,
we go back up. Yeah,
But
Yeah.
we're also doing.
That's right. That's right.
They've allowed us to be here overnight, so that counts as a sojourn rather than a
We
night
can
camp.
sojourn.
Yes,
So
we can maybe,
Which I don't remember what. I don't remember what that means.
You roll
get
plus
back
heart.
to
Who has the
something
highest heart?
remotely like. Oh, we've been doing it. It's your journey. You do the rolls, right?
I have
Okay.
1 heart.
I think I have 2 heart actually. Yeah.
You
I
have
think
the
you
highest
and
heart.
Bill
then.
have 2.
Relationship sojourn. There we go. So.
Yeah,
Me?
you and Bill have the highest. I checked the OBS overlay.
Roll plus heart, and if you share a bond, well, you don't really share a bond, so. Oh dear. Oh dear.
Oh, my rolls from last night are carrying over.
On a miss, it goes badly, and you lose all benefits for that action.
Oh no!
So we get nothing.
How dramatic do you want this? Because I have an idea.
On a miss,
on a miss, you find no help here.
You find no help here and
back
pay
is
the
probably
price.
enough. Yeah.
It says to roll pay the price, by the way.
I have an idea.
Yeah,
I
at
ignored
the
that part.
At the very bottom.
Oh, look at that. Well, let's okay.
Tell,
Well,
tell,
let's pay
tell.
the price and see what happens.
No,
and
let
we'll
Austin
see if your
tell.
idea works.
Let Austin
I
tell.
will let
first.
him tell, but I also want to see how close the pay the price gets.
How dramatic do you want it?
You
No
just
bone
tell
walkers.
me your idea, and I will make the decision whether to keep it or not.
So, as we begin to fall kind of to sleep, it's almost like there is, what is it? You're separated from something or someone. Oh, this works perfectly.
Of course it does. It always does.
Yeah. Caradwin would probably wake up. I'm not so sure about Bill or Amala, but
not Bill, not tonight.
It's almost like deathly quiet in this room where we are just sleeping basically on padding on the floor.
Okay, I wasn't planning to do that.
You want to sleep?
Well,
Yeah, go ahead.
But she could have done something while Caradwin was gone.
Because this is the sojourn as we kind of spend the night, right?
Yeah. So if Amala had something to do beforehand, I said Caradwin was there for a while. So if Amala had something.
I was thinking to go up to the surface and watch
That
through the
makes
night.
so much sense because
Gear was gonna do the same.
I
Well,
know.
okay, so that just changes.
Okay,
that
so
just
she
changes
gets back
who's
and the
there.
room is empty.
Yeah,
No.
that's easy because the last one, just to be technical, the last part of the moves, one of the things you can attempt to do is provide aid, where you take a quest, envision what this community needs or what trouble it is facing,
Mm-hmm.
and if you choose to help, swear an iron vow and add +1. So you wouldn't have to have chosen to help, but go have a look. And the two of you are both sneaking to the surface, and you kind of run into each other at one of the junctions.
Well, no, I was
So
gonna ask Gear to go with me.
So does Caradwin
Oh,
get
okay,
back to
even
the
better.
room?
Yeah. So
Does
yeah,
Caradwin
you're
get back to
getting
the
ready to
room?
sneak out.
Oh,
and she
yeah.
comes up to you and
But does she get back to the room and Bill is like sleeping, and then there's two like sleeping bundles that like a teenager stuffing pillows underneath the blanket.
Well, this is,
they took out.
This would just be as they kind of go out, and Amala is kind of searching around. Gear is kind of nurturing this tiny owlet who is so friggin' active during the night.
Should have left the owlet back.
No way. What?
Away
No.
from the nightmare.
Nah. Why would I do that?
Irresponsible parenting.
But
I
I'm
was trying
dark.
to keep Bill from waking up. So it's like we're sitting on the surface, and there's like, it's deathly quiet here. No wind, nothing pulling through the dead trees that are around us, because this is not fertile land. But there's this distant thumping, boom, boom, rhythmic, slowly approaching. And we look around, and there are torches in the trees around us, and chanting, ooh, ooh, this like primal, and look around, and there are dozens. Dozens.
yeah, go on, jump in.
Go on, yeah, take over.
Light! I need light before we go up, and I'm just
Oh, no.
gonna sit and watch,
done
but I
that
need
beforehand.
a circle. I'm gonna need a ward circle, and it's like
You
I'm
could
just
have
gonna
done
go
No.
up there unprepared.
Before you went up.
No,
Because that happens, but they stay out of eyesight. There's this chanting and this beating of drums and these torches, but they come no further. It's more of a display than anything else. A very intelligent display of power.
Do you still want to do your light ritual?
Yeah, Amala
before
could have
you
easily
went to
done
the
her light
surface to
ritual before
see
they
what
left.
you got to the top with? Because I gotta say, if
Although I'm
Amala got
tempted
to
to
the
try
top
and
with
steal
6
their
light
light.
right now, what
I
would
am
you do?
so tempted to try and steal their light. Well, no,
Oh.
Amala would recharge, at least attempt to recharge light before going up there, because she
Okay,
knows
so-
this is darkness, this is fear, this is.
Perfect. So why don't you give us that roll? Because I think it would depend on
So you have
how much light you had, maybe depending on what you would do when you were up there.
It really
Maybe?
would, because
So,
it
yeah,
affects her
give us that.
confidence level.
Give us that roll. Yeah, it's kind of who she is.
All right, I need to quick look at.
Come on, Oracle. Full power. Full power.
No, I don't.
To quote
Secure
Jeremy
advantage.
Clarkson, for those of
Okay.
you who know who that is, power.
So this is just a straight wits.
unlimited
3?
power.
Wicked is 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did you have any left over?
Mm-mm.
No,
And
Yeah,
it
so you-
replaces it anyway.
Right.
It replaces it.
It's
It
not
doesn't
an
stack.
add. Right. So you do the ritual. That makes sense. You're underground. Maybe it's a peat fire. It's not really bright. You get some.
I do confess I'm awfully tempted to try and steal their light. Okay.
Well, in that case, the roll was perfect because you're not full. You get to the surface, and like Gear described it, you are there's 100.
But I gotta
1,000,
cast. But I
10,000?
gotta cast a. I
Dozens.
have to cast
Dozens.
a word circle. I have to cast a word circle and all. And so
Okay.
Gear. I don't know
Let's-
what you're thinking to do. I'm thinking. I'm thinking. I want to watch. I want to see that what this nightmare is. So I'm kind of thinking of just sort of holding up in a word circle. to just watch, but I don't know what you want to do.
And this is as it's going on around us, right?
Kind of on our way up, maybe?
Oh,
Yeah, you guys are sort of broke ground level. Was my thought. Yeah.
Amala is trying to think ahead and not just dive into
Yeah.
this stuff.
Yeah. Which is
Right.
good because you're with Gear, who is Mr. Captain. Dive into this stuff.
But
Captain
Gear would
Headlong.
in some cases, Gear would say, "No, you don't want to draw anything to you. You don't want to make yourself a beacon. This is not a good idea."
Who is
Watch.
this man and what happened to Gear?
Fatherhood has changed him.
I was like, wait, did my voice change? Did I do the wrong accent? But that's Gear.
No, that was the right. That was
But-
the right
That's the right
accent.
voice. It's just
Yeah.
him
The wrong
going.
words.
This is the smart choice.
Everything in balance.
Yeah.
Balance
Even
is
sanity. Little this,
Yeah.
little that.
He even said please today.
Yes.
True. He did.
But would a protective circle be a beacon?
I don't know.
I could try a shadow circle. Maybe I should go back and get Bill.
No. Let him sleep. You saw what happened to him today.
Yeah.
Hold this and watch. And he just hands her the owl.
Yeah.
He's just thankful to be rid of it for a minute because it's like,
But she doesn't know that.
Yeah.
It's
Not
like,
to mention you probably got a handful
and it's
of
like,
owl
oh
poop
my,
by
but I
now.
forgot it the other time, and I failed my duty the other time, and she just panics.
So it was
having this-
it was an egg at that point, so
Yes.
it couldn't remind you that it
Yeah.
existed.
It's not letting go. Its little claws are around your fingers.
But I-
and it's bigger now. It's got like,
Mouth is open, begging for worms.
it's still in that phase, but it's like only like its head is fuzzy now.
Kind
The
of floof.
rest of it has like
Oh,
crimson feathers.
Okay, but after last session, I looked up baby owls that aren't fuzzy
they're
yet,
ugly.
and they're
Ugly.
terrifying.
Yep.
Oh yeah, little
They
like,
look like
raw
aliens.
chickens.
This is scary.
Okay.
They're like tall chickens.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have it. What are we doing now? I want a place I can see.
Yeah, we'll move out. Oof. That's a good question.
I just want to see.
So Gear will try to find a spot that's got a little bit of cover, something where we can sit and not be illuminated by the moonlight, and take advantage of the natural kind of shadows around here. Because this area that we're in is kind of wide open, like no man's land, right? We'd
Yeah.
stick out like sore
Low
thumbs.
shrubberies and stuff. So yeah, you have to stay in that.
And it may involve sitting in mud. So just a
Almost
warning.
certainly.
Yes.
In your
There ain't
nice
no
clean.
prestidigitation in this game.
Yeah.
I'll cringe, but I'll do it.
In the nice clean shaman's garb that you have.
Yep.
Yeah.
Actually,
We're in
it's
a
an
circle,
animal
we can
skin,
wash it.
so they're used to animal skins are good at being covered in shit and not having it come through.
Good point.
I'm
Good
sure there's a
point.
place to do laundry.
Yeah.
Assuming Gear stitching is good enough.
Doing laundry mostly involved in this time is keeping your clothes on and bouncing up and down in the river for a little while.
Washboard.
Good point.
Anyway, what is the two of your plans? So he's got you to this little hillock. You still got the owl.
And
I
Gear
just want to
is
sit and just watch and listen.
kind of laying there on his back, not asleep, but he's got his eyes closed against the white mane,
The father catnap.
just kind of being in tune with her and focusing on that. She's kind of watching and listening in one direction and he's listening in another. And they're
So it
playing
sounds good. Yeah.
Guard the Amala.
Yeah. So it sounds like the two
And
of you, at least you
Mala's
and
listening.
yeah. So it sounds like the two of you certainly need to gather information and then
Mhm.
roll really well and figure out what the hell this is around us? I'm not even
Mhm.
sure if Austin knows.
So we've had.
I have theories.
So let's see. We have the thudding noises, and we have the lights, and we have them coming around. So they clearly know where Grey Barrow is.
I know
It's circulating.
physical descriptions. Beyond that,
Okay.
I hope
Good.
you guys will help me.
We're ready
Okay,
to
so
go.
I'm curious as to whether there's a barrier. Why do they stop? Why do they? Okay, so we're gonna gather information.
I
I
have
that.
my trusted wolf with me,
So
so
this is
I'm
what you
going to.
rascals did on a miss of a sojourn.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh yes.
So Amala, a weak hit. Oh, I know what that is. The information complicates your quest or introduces a new danger.
No.
Sorry, I was
A,
looking at the one earlier. Sorry, I was looking
I
at
mean,
the
I
one
still
earlier.
have a weak hit.
still a weak
but-
hit,
It's
but
still a weak
I mean,
hit, so
that's
it's the same
true,
thing.
but
so there's
Yeah,
got to be some kind of. Go on.
the reason they're staying away is you. You don't need to cast the ward. And I would suggest that given how shaken you already are about your own self-confidence, that would be complicating your quest.
Oh yeah. Which also
So,
means, have I given away Grey Barrow that they didn't know?
right. And all of that. But they're staying away because of you. Ooh, horrible thought. That means if you stayed here, Grey Barrow would be safe. Oh. There, that's how it complicated your quest.
No. That's not my circle, not my job. Tincture's job, not mine.
Yep.
You guys
that
do
other
my job.
shaman
Go get-
can. That
Get
other
Tincture
shaman
to do it.
can.
So, Gear, you rolled a strong hit. So, helpful and specific. The path you must follow or action you must take to make progress is made clear. +2 momentum to start with, and Amala, you get 1.
Do you happen to notice that, when we moved into place that the center of their circle moved with us?
If you moved any distance, it would have, yeah.
Was the encircling far enough along for you to detect that?
And so Gear would hear this commotion and see the approaching lights and immediately move to get Amala down and covered.
Yeah.
And so there's no way we can move across this without drawing attention to ourselves, and Gear would know that. So they're stuck there waiting and watching.
All
And
night, which is why
while
you
you're
don't
waiting
get
and
any
watching,
rest.
do you sense that they are waiting and watching us? I mean, are they sitting vigil on Amala?
This is Gear would probably not make that connection. His explanation
Okay.
would be somewhere along the lines of this. He would say, if you asked him what this was, he'd say, watch, listen, close your eyes. You can hear them. You can smell them. These are not animals, these are people. But this display, this is animalistic. This is intimidation. This is a fight for territory. This is a display of ownership. Look, they come no closer. This looming nightmare.
Why only night?
I don't know. But I can smell them. They're using ash and coal. They're making no attempt to cover their scents. These are not animals. Whatever they're doing, they're making sure the people of Grey Barrow know they're still watching. They're still here. And we cannot move, or we risk drawing them in.
And Amala, you can feel your light ever so slightly, ever so slowly draining as you, without ever having cast the ritual, are warding these people off. But it means the two of you are stuck on this hilltop for the rest of the night. Would you do anything while you're out there?
And that's why you don't get the sojourn.
Yeah, and I got a reason for you and me too, but those
Oh,
ones are
I've got a
different.
reason for her too.
Yeah, you can't sleep and I can't sleep. Those ones are obvious. But yeah, back on the hilltop.
So, Mala sort of sinks inward a bit and puts out a call to the crows. It's nighttime. They're sluggish. They don't like doing this, but this is an augury. And she starts the augury around, wanting them to circle around the people circling on her. Okay, so
That's the question.
so the question is, so the question is trying to distinguish between their relationship to her and their relationship to Grey Barrow. Okay, so it's again, use my second light. Oops, only 2.
Who cares? Let's hope these crows tell you what's going on.
Strong.
Oh!
Yep.
Yeah.
So, what do they tell you? First,
Tell
I
us
think
the
you get a
story.
bunch of momentum first, right? Don't you get 2 momentum?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay. So the crows come and start circling around her. And they do the crisscross circle. But this time, the circle, there's more crows than usual. And the circle interweaves. It's not just concentric, it interweaves. And it expands out from her. And it keeps expanding out. And it's in a nice, neat circle, and it gets out to sort of the edge of the intruders. And it's very clear that's a nice, neat circle centered on her.
Yep.
But there's a little deformed area over on the side where it sort of bulges out a little bit. And with the census going out and where the crows are, sinking down below that, the other locus is tincture.
Okay. And while we all process that, this seems like, do you want a couple more sentences or do you want to start up after the break? Your call.
I think the augury is going to dispel there.
Okay.
But yeah, processing that is definitely going to take the break.
Okay, excellent. So we will take 15 minutes or so. So we will be back at, for those of you watching it live, 20 minutes to the hour. That gives us just shy of 15 minutes. And we will see what the hell happens next. What have we got left that we could possibly do after this? Whew. All
we
right,
always come up with
everybody.
something.
We always come up with something. So we will see you guys very shortly. See you in about 15 minutes. Bye bye. And we're back, and we're here, and I've turned the mic on, and I think I cut that video in half. So that's us back again. This is all of you back again. We are two of us on a hilltop, two of us in a hole. I believe
And
we had a discussion, a small discussion off screen, and I believe what we decided was Amola's turn.
yep. So okay, so as the crows are starting to pull back for the finish the augury, Amala notices something. And so in all of this, I don't know if you turned to look at her gear, but if you were listening, you would have heard her go very still in sort of a familiar way, and sort of the deep breathing and the posture changes and all. And she came back and she kind of paused. And then continues to bring it in, and the crows come in and then dissipate it out. Gear, it's Liska. And Amala gets up and starts walking off.
It just grabs a handful of her jacket.
No, it's Liska. And I didn't catch the male's name, but I saw him. He's there. Yeah. And she starts trying to pull away.
She can't. He's huge.
I am conflicted. I am conflicted. Not just gear. I'm like,
How much
what do I
is
do?
gear? How much? So when I've
You remember
described some of the augury stuff and sort of the images that overlay Amala, what has gear made of those? It's happened what, 2 or 3 times now?
Mm-hmm. He has seen it, but still more believe it's still surreal to him.
Okay, and I don't know that he would recognize the name then.
it was said once in one of your auguries
Yeah.
that we were present for.
Yeah.
But after
But
about
she's tugging. She's actively tugging. It's like,
And
let
Gear
go,
did not
let go.
budge.
after a long second of contemplation, he trusts her enough to let her go. But he will not follow.
Will not follow? Oh boy. Okay.
She has to do it on her own.
But
Okay.
you do have a shadow, a creature standing right behind you. The white mane is going with you.
Okay.
Absolutely, yeah.
So Amala goes walking up, she kind of goes off at kind of an angle. She's going someplace specific. And you can feel the hesitancy in the circle before it starts to adjust. But she's moving faster than it's adjusting. So she's getting closer to it. And as she gets about halfway there, she calls out, Liska, I want to talk to you. So, do you want me to play this out? Does someone feel a burning desire to play a Varu?
No, I want to see. I'm looking at your face. I want to see you play both sides of this.
I know you
Okay.
In fact, I'm just going to hit mute. Go.
Yeah. And yeah, Gear is sitting on the hillside, knowing that if he gets up and starts moving, he's a threat. So he's more just like waiting to see if she gets attacked and then gonna react.
One
But if
thing
he
I
goes
will mention
storming off,
for
then
gear, though, as she walks off, that circle moves with her. So part of it's getting closer to you as
But
she
she's moving
moves away,
faster than
right?
it's changing. Yeah.
So it's almost like they're rushing you to try and catch up to her. So
But it'll take just a little bit.
yeah,
So a little will play out before that gets to
I
them.
just wanted to put that out there, the physics of how that's working too, because it's
let me
centered on
just
her.
roll straight shadow, see how well I'm hidden. Moderately well.
You learned nothing from Bill.
I have nowhere to hide here. I'm probably taller than this hill.
So she's got well, I can't say she's got nothing with her. They clearly know she's a shaman. Okay, so she heads out. Liska, I want to talk to you. And there's a real hesitation. I have almost a shudder going through the whole group. And Amala moves about 2 steps forward again, stops. Liska, I know what you saw in the woods. And there's very slight motion as a tall humanoid female with wolf-like features, yellow eyes, very elaborately braided hair with feathers and beads and things in it, takes about 1 step forward. How do you know my name? I saw you. I was there when you saw the metal creature. How did you put it? How did you put it? When you saw it by itself, when you saw it without its trying to get back to my notes. Pack, yes. So she then says, without its pack. Yes, that was the word. You were telling him. You were telling him about it. And it didn't see you, it was looking for something. And I should probably roll something. Is there a
Compel?
compel? Yeah, I was sitting there going, is there a persuasion thing? Like how to compel? I am not going to put the last of my light into it. Oh, well, this is pure iron, so yeah. No modifiers. Come on, roll 20. Ah, there.
Nice.
Oh.
Oh wow. Oof. That's a long wait.
This intermission
At the mercy of
by
lag.
Roll20.
Oh.
Take one momentum and a deep breath.
Austin, you've infected it. Now roll 20 is cranking it up too for us.
Yeah.
This lengthy intermission brought to you by Roll20.
So yes, take a momentum.
Oh yes, thank you. Oh, I'm maxed out.
Okay.
I think. Yeah, I'm maxed out. Oh yeah, compel. Anything else about that? They'll do what I want or share what they know. Okay. And so, and you know, she's leaning forward and eagerly, but still waiting. And the woman, what do you want? Okay, I didn't think that far ahead. Sorry. Well, I suppose I want Well, I was here because I was curious what you guys were doing. I didn't know it was you. I didn't know it was you, but I was curious what you were doing, so I came out to see. And there's muttering going on amongst the Faru. You are different from the one that dens here. You are different from the one that dens here. Yeah, I'm passing through. Yeah, we just sort of stopped through. We're on our way to another place called Autumn Falls. We encountered that iron thing back just a bit ago. I think actually my time sense isn't very good, so I don't really know when you saw it. But you talk a lot.
No. I'm not there.
You're not there.
Well, you're right. And Gear always tells me I should listen more. The woman sort of stands back. Meet us here when the moon is straight above. And that's going to be maybe 3 hours or so from now, close-ish to midnight tonight. Meet us here then. And the Varu all start melting back into the woods, and they extinguish their torches. And Amala lets them go. And she tries listening. And when she thinks it feels like they're gone, she turns and picks up her skirts and runs back to Gear. Gear, when is the moon straight up? When's it gonna be straight up?
In a few hours. And he just
Are they gone? I feel like they're gone.
I don't know, I can't hear them. I couldn't
Well,
hear
they're
them approach.
So Amala's just gonna sit down and wait. Right where we were.
Yep.
And fidget. She's gonna fidget.
Do a lot of fidgeting. 3 hours of fidgeting.
Where'd you put my
I'm
owl?
only gonna drive
all
Gear
the
Star
nails.
Craving mad.
I'm assuming she handed the owl back to you when she ran off.
I forgot the owl. I am the worst. Well, so when she got him, because the owl would have been on her lap. So when she got him, she would have set the owl just down.
She's just like hurled it into the air as she goes running, and it's just like feathers.
One of the Varu is walking away. There's just 2 tail feathers sticking out.
Oh,
So much for that force of nature.
When we write our epilogue, so how did that one forest spirit die? Well,
Amala kept dropping it.
with the medieval equivalent of barbecue sauce.
Well, Amala,
So-
thank you
so
for
is
that
Amala
scene. That
not
was
gonna-
wonderful.
Yes, that was very good. Is Amala not going to get any backup?
I'm gonna go
feel
find
threatened.
Naya. Drag her ass to the surface.
Amala doesn't feel threatened.
Okay.
I'm gonna go.
Besides,
with
I've got the
mane.
white mane, and I've got Gear and the owl. What? That I can
Gear's
take.
leaving to find Naya, I guess.
Yeah, we're gonna go inflict some stress on Naya right now.
Wait,
Speaking of,
where are you going?
And he's just purposely stomping his feet as he marches back towards the entrance, trying to
Fine, be that way.
get people up to the surface, because this is not okay.
Enduring stress and a
Oh.
miss. So that's, see, you know, when you
okay, that's just
minus
for me.
one momentum.
That's just for me.
Yeah.
Carry on.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see.
Changing.
I see what you mean. It wasn't an official roll. It was just a how do I
No,
feel
no.
roll.
I mean, it was official roll. It's just continue. Continue
How's
on
she
what you're
doing?
doing. I'm just changing my dice color. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm sitting and fidgeting. I don't know what anybody else is doing.
I'm not gonna leave the owl with Amala this time.
Yeah.
Gear can
taking
be taught.
the-
Amala can't, but gear can be taught.
I'm taking the menagerie with me. I want to find Naya, and I want to find Caradwin and Bill.
Does the white man go with you, or does she sit down next to me?
She's gonna come with me for this one.
Okay.
Because I need her to intimidate Naya.
Ah, you're gonna intimidate. Okay. Get my
So who do you find
Naya.
first?
I don't know.
Well,
With
for
all
one
the
thing, she's gone to bed, and she's way down deep in the Warrens.
with
And
the
Bill's asleep. Yeah.
But there are some workmen working on that fallen in.
but with the
hole.
thumping near the entrance, I would hope that some of their first responders would be up to greet
No, they're probably used to it.
rather quickly.
They
Not
don't
to
probably
the
come to the
entrance.
surface, they'll get killed. So as long as nothing comes in, right? But they'll be at the
Yeah.
entrance,
Oh, yeah.
sure. Yeah, Bill is thrashing around having nightmares.
Yeah. Caradwin's awake, by the way. So when he comes in, she will
Yeah,
be.
he's having nightmares where he can't hide.
And Gear's got a pretty good sense of direction, so he makes it in the front door. And as he's thumping and purposely making a ruckus, the first pale skin underground dwelling individual, he grabs them by their tunic and lifts them up to his face. Find Naya now, and just kind of gives them a shove. And
Okay.
yeah, moves to go wake up
In
Caradwin
a
and
few
Bill
minutes,
and
yeah,
get them
they
to
run
the
off.
surface.
White mane coming
In a
down
few minutes,
this
a disheveled
tunnel.
Naya will
Yeah.
come to the.
Wow.
Caradwin
Yep.
is sitting actually outside of the room that they were given, kind of just elbows on knees, like hands in hair, like she is stressed. She's not doing well, like she's not sleeping, like there's something eating at her more than usual, like she is just like, it's like she's sitting there waiting for, well, she's waiting for death. Like that's just
Yeah.
pretty much it. Like,
And so as Gear moves, I guess he would be moving by the infirmary, but he would
No,
give.
the infirmary's not near the entrance.
Oh yeah, she would be way deep in, wouldn't she?
No, I
Yeah.
thought she went back to our room because she knows we were
yeah,
going.
she went back to the room.
Oh,
She's
okay. You're not
outside the infirmary.
sitting
She needs them
outside.
privacy. She's sitting outside the room we were given.
Yeah, Gear would probably get to Bill and wake him up.
I
And
think
as
you're
he's
out in the hallway right outside the door, so you'd
Yeah.
have to go right past her to get to me.
Which is
Oh, yeah.
fine. She wouldn't look up.
Yeah. Yeah.
and he
Okay.
would just kind of push past or push through the door, and as he's pushing, just look down to Caradwin and say, Amala's getting into trouble again. And open the door and wake up Bill. Probably by opening the door.
Yeah, I was gonna say the door opens and you see him roll off the bed, hit the floor, and then roll under the bed. And then under the bed just goes black. Like a brick of black light under the bed, and he's in it. Ooh.
Gear just says, Cute, I need you. And turns and walks away.
Right. And out of the darkness comes Bill, grabs the backpack and throws it on with feet in it, and follows you out, trailing the blackness behind him like a mist.
And Gear has grabbed Caradwin's bow, and as he walks out, drops it into her lap. We're moving.
And she'll follow behind after a long pause.
I was gonna, on the way past, Bill will just grab you under an armpit. It's like it's helpful, but I don't know if you've ever had anybody put two fingers in your armpit and tell you to stand up. You're gonna stand up.
Ouch.
So yeah, he helps you up. Come along, miss. Better than dwelling on it.
And which way do you go?
And as we are coming out from our lodgings, in the hallway in what could be equated to a nightgown and messy hair is Naya.
Disheveled. Yes, all disheveled.
Yeah.
Gear just spins her around and pushes her forward. She's
What?
coming with us.
What are you? Wait, what are you doing? What are you doing? Are you gonna get us all killed?
We're moving.
What do you mean moving?
Go.
Go where? What are you doing? Do you know
Here,
what
what-
time it is?
There were dozens
Gear,
of them.
she says
Dozens
louder.
of people. They were standing in the woods. They were chanting. They had
Of course.
torches. Amala
Yeah.
went to talk to them.
She did what?
She ran off into the
Is she
woods.
dead?
Not yet. I hope to change that.
You're gonna kill her?
Yep.
When you get get
Here.
near the surface, you can see roots growing in to cover the hole that leads up to the surface. Yeah, yeah. They haven't had time to get strong yet, but yeah, they were trying.
So she's sort of spluttering, but as you get closer to the surface, I mean, she just
Gear, what is going on?
naturally.
Why are you bringing her with us?
He needs to see this. Amala has explaining to do. They need to hear it.
But why me? What?
'Cause I don't like you. I don't know.
Okay, well, it's mutual, but why does that mean oh, fine. I'm fine. Can I get my boots? I'm gonna go get my boots. And she just shoves past Gear.
Yeah.
He doesn't move, and she just kind of, and then he moves.
Storms past him to go get her boots. She's stomping almost as hard as Gear was.
But
On the way back from getting your boots, Tincture is standing in the hall.
I suppose you want to come
cutscene.
too.
Cutscene.
I do not. Not
A
even,
separate
not
cutscene,
even
or are
a
you
little.
talking about Tincture and Naya?
Tincture and Naya.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Not even a little. Not even
You know
a
what they're
little.
on about?
I don't like it.
I don't even know what it is, and I don't like it. But that infuriating man, boy, was menace. That was the word. That is the perfect word for him.
Yeah.
And she goes stomping off past Tincture.
Are they here for... And he just fades back into the wall.
Okay, so she comes storming back up.
I just told the entire circle on Amala. I told on her. That's what I did.
Yeah.
But tattletale.
Yeah, you snitch. She'll get you later. So what? She looks
we
at you
get back to the
impatiently.
surface.
What? You jerked me out to this. Now what?
I put my hand on her back and I just start pushing her forward towards the surface.
Oh, menace. You were absolutely right. He's a menace.
If you'd like, I can carry you.
Apologize. Gear. Enough.
Then we move.
Okay, and I'm stumbling forward and trying to guess where he's going so that I can at least walk without being shoved, but I can't guess where he's going. So
As we get back up to the surface, are there any crows left? Or are there any animals at all? Or is it just as eerie as it was earlier?
there are two crows sitting on top of one of the ruins, kind of overlooking, but no, you don't see all the hordes of crows. It's middle of the night. They've gone to bed.
Yep.
What are you, crazy?
That's what I thought until there were 500 of them circling around you.
Well, yeah, but that's an
That's an
obvious.
augury. That's different.
While we're trying to hide.
Yes.
But that's an augury. That's different. They already knew we were there.
Yes. Well, yes, they did. Otherwise, they'd have come and got you if they could have, right?
Yeah. Gear is going to, what's the polite word?
Hey, Gear, where's your owl?
Escort Naya to where Amala is located. It's safe.
Oh yeah,
We
it's
way.
safe
know
right
you
now.
don't have pockets.
He's been doing this entire intimidation process with an
It's in
owl
your beard.
nested in his hair, and
In his,
all of
in
his
chest
threats,
hair.
all of his threats are punctuated with small meeps.
That's very intimidating. Yes.
If you'd like, I can carry you.
I'm going for
It's active because it's nighttime and it feeds off my energy.
Yes.
Spirit.
Well, congratulations! You just made somebody cry joy tears on this show, which is taken. That's got to take some doing.
just laughing.
It's
And
all
Caradwin is trying to get Gear to stop manhandling this poor woman.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but of course he's a brick wall. She can't do much besides shoot
she
him. and
could
she's not
shoot
gonna
him
Yeah,
again.
she's not going to. She didn't do that on purpose last time.
Not the first time, anyway. Bill is as soon as we're outside, he's off in the trees, being all but
Not
invisible.
much in the way of trees, but
Well, sorry,
Yeah.
the shrubberies
they're all
and whatnot.
dead.
Yeah.
but there's ruins and stuff around that.
Yeah.
Amala watches Gear and the White Mane disappear underground and then come back up with an entourage of people.
With 1, 2, 3 people.
And yeah.
That's an
She's
entourage.
kind of curious.
Well,
Yeah.
Nia's
Yeah.
3. It's 3 plus Gear.
Yep.
And Gear gets up to Amala with Naya, Caradwin, and Bill. Bill kind of in tow.
Yep.
Looks down to Amala. Okay, tell us what happened.
Nothing's happened yet.
Who are those people?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I know. Well, I sort of know 2 of them, but I don't know who the people are.
They're the nightmare that plagues this village, yes?
Probably. So that they're kind of tallish. They've got. I mean, they're humanoid, but they kind of have these sort of well, faces almost like the white maid. They're sort of wolfen features and yellow eyes and stuff, and they've got all this ornate decoration, like in elaborately braided hair and all that, and they've got sort of. It looks like various tokens and totems and things around their clothing and all. And they're largely dressed like hunters and fighters and things. But
They're Varu.
what?
They're Varu.
I don't know what that is.
A what?
I heard of them before. Faces like a wolf, on bodies like a people.
That describes these people. Yeah. They saw the Iron Man.
I almost said they're a myth, but I seen so many myths this week. I don't think that really would have much effect on the conversation.
Are these some of the first people? The ones who walked this land before we arrived?
I would guess so. I mean, they don't look like us, so maybe.
Us and ours only been here 3 or 4 generations.
The most important question, why is Gear acting like a troubled parent?
Tell them.
It's all the owl shit on his head, miss.
And Naya speaks up because he's a bully. That's why.
That too, but more than usual.
Unperturbed.
He knows.
Tell them, Amala. Tell them what you did.
Well, I haven't done anything yet. Not until they come back.
Come back for what?
Well,
Wait, what?
We're
to talk, I
meeting.
guess. I don't know what they're coming back for. They went away. They said, meet them here when the moon was straight up. And it's getting closer to there, but it's So I'm waiting for them to come back when the moon is straight up.
We're meeting with this nightmare your people have, he says to Naya. And we were hiding from them, looks to Amala.
Wait, they're the nightmare.
How was
We
it
were-
they didn't eat you?
No,
They ate everyone else what
Yes,
come up
they
here.
are the nightmare. What you just described, yes.
they're intelligent. They're people. You should have
Right.
seen it. This display they put on, it was like an animal marking their territory. They were beating drums, chanting, holding torches, spread out, dozens of them in a circle. And we were hiding. We were well hidden too, until Amala ran headfirst into them.
No, they knew I was here. And they knew where Tincture was too.
Oh, that's
Because
good
they were
then.
kind of they were kind of an oval shape that with so they were circled around the two of us exactly where we were.
You're grounded.
But I'm standing on the ground.
And so we meet these people in an hour's time. They'll be back. And Naya's not leaving.
No, Naya's not leaving. Naya's watching with great big eyes go back and forth between you.
Perhaps it's just because I'm real tired, but what's the plan here? What are we hoping to accomplish?
I gesture vaguely to Amala.
Well, I don't know. I suppose that depends on what they have to say.
So you mean you just ran out into the trees to confront
I
these
walked.
people?
Oh,
I walked.
running
I
out,
called out to them.
running out
ran.
into the trees without a plan, Gear. That sounds so unlike you.
Into something that she knew could be dangerous.
Yeah, sounds so unlike you, Gear.
But I knew her name.
Remember how we met, Gear?
How did
forest
you
isn't-
know her name?
The augury. The augury. When I saw she was behind a tree and she was looking out and she saw the metal man and she commented to the man with her that he was without his pack.
And I'll ask again.
He was
I
there.
asked
He was there
earlier.
too. I don't know his name.
Right. And how is it they didn't eat the two of you? Everything else
Because
what come up here got killed, didn't it? That's
she
why
said
they
I talk a
cower
lot.
underground.
there's obviously
But
something.
she's
more at
not
play
wrong
here.
there, miss. But I very much doubt you talked him into keeping a distance.
There's
Well,
clearly
no, I
something
didn't.
more
I
going
didn't.
on, Bill.
Right, and I'm trying to figure out what it is, but this one's being all obscure, right?
But okay. So we were sitting here. I was listening. We were listening. I mean, well, Gear was probably listening better than I was. And they were all around us, and I wanted to know. I wanted to understand. So and you could just see she just now realizes, oh yeah. So I called the crows, and they came and I did the augury and they expanded the circle out and they mapped exactly the circle for where these people were.
Right.
And I could see, I mean, I was right at the center of one part of the curve. Exactly, because the crows were coming out from me and it matched up with their line exactly. And then the other part that sort of bulged out, I could see that right at the very center of that, down below was Tincture. But as the crows were, I was curious, and then as the crows started coming back, I realized what I was seeing, that I recognized I recognized two of the people, and I knew one of their names. And so as soon as I realized that, I knew I should talk to her. So I went to talk to her. I went, I don't know what, about halfway up or so, looking at gear for confirmation. About halfway up or so, and I stopped and I called out to her and I asked her to talk. I said I wanted to talk to her. And she asked me, well, she asked me what I wanted, and I said I hadn't thought that far ahead. But then I guess I wanted to know what they were doing here. And and then they all started getting kind of antsy, and she said meet them back here when the moon was up above, and then they faded back and away. And I came back here to where Gear was to wait.
Right.
I think that's everything. And she
The
kind of looks at
words
Gear. Was
"I
that
done
everything?
it" would have. I think the words "I done it" would also have answered the question. But I appreciate all the
Then-
extra information. I guess
Thanks.
we wait then.
And
if
Naya
we
kind
have
of
to, you
leans
can make them all
over.
go away.
And Naya kind of leans over to Caradwin and kind of goes, so is she insane or what?
No, she's actually quite rational and usually wise beyond her years in most cases.
Gives you kind of a surprise look. Are you sure about that?
I'm not sure about this instance.
Okay.
She's sure and sure am I. And Tincture just appears from behind a tree. And he's looking at you, Amala. He says, you still don't sound confident. But think about what you just did.
I asked to talk to some people.
He was stepping behind the tree and he stops and he steps back out again and he says, you walked headlong into an unknown danger because you knew one person's name.
That's what I was trying to say.
Gears no better.
And she looks kind of puzzled.
But it worked.
That does seem kind of foolish from the outside, doesn't it?
But it worked. And you knew it would.
Well, yeah, of course I knew it would.
Then why do you still sound so
it.
unsure of yourself?
Well, it's not anything amazing to walk out into a known situation.
And that is sort of thinking that makes you so much braver than you think you are. They're coming.
His accent
I can smell
changed.
Now he's a leprechaun.
Oh, I know he's wandering off into Irish. I cannot keep. I have a hard time enough keeping one accent steady all night. There's no way this was going to stay.
That's okay. It was just he was moving into leprechaun, and I was unsure if that was
no. I heard that.
Yeah,
I heard him going. Yeah. He's supposed to be all spirity and kind of floaty, but yeah, I've lost him.
Back in scene.
Yeah.
So Naya's staying with us, right?
Yep.
Oh yeah. Well, although she looks like she's kind of torn, and she kind of turns to Tincture. Should we bring the council up to? I don't know. Witness this. Harley, I don't even know what this is I'm seeing.
He kind of grins. You imagine that bunch of fools helping in any way?
I lean down to Amala.
Okay, so but what
I like
if
this kook?
But if are you going to take responsibility then as the representative? Because you know what fits they'll throw if they think I stepped into that kind of a role.
I'm not even sure I was going to stay. And you see him kind of shrink a little bit. And he
Oh
reaches
no,
up
if
with
I'm in here, you're here with me.
and he
I'm
just
not doing this by myself.
he reaches up and puts his hand on his chest and pushes, and it's solid.
She's using force of will here.
Not a good
I love
day.
that.
I'll do it. I'll take the shit.
Tincture and Naya.
Yeah, yeah. There's a whole mechanic here that we're developing as I love it. Yeah, so yeah. I'll take the shit.
Oh no, you crazy bastard.
Yeah.
And before he truly before he kind of turns off to do something else, Carradine will kind of just look at him with like that question in her eyes.
I'm not sure who you're looking at, but all my characters right now are
Tincture.
female, so it's not me.
No,
Oh,
it's
sorry.
Tincture.
I'm sorry. I was looking.
Sorry.
I was looking over here.
That's okay.
Making
okay.
sure that
It's just
everything was still flowing properly. What was the?
she's gonna look at him and with that question, that the overhanging question in her eyes, like is he gone kind of question, without saying it.
The roots finished their job, and he's finished his, or he wouldn't be gone. I'm sorry for the parts of you that are sorry, and I'm even sorrier for the parts that aren't.
Ouch.
Oof.
Yeah.
Sorry, but he's an insightful little
No,
shit.
Carradine is fully aware. Carradine is fully aware. Like the intro from last week was like, I feel bad and I'm surprised I feel bad for Walter's death. Like she's fully aware.
Yeah.
That was a kick in
And
the
just for
teeth.
anybody watching, I have been playing with this wonderful soul for over a year now, and I knew she'd take it and not like hunt me down and kill me in my sleep. So
Well, that too. I'm sure she'll do that too.
yeah.
Or build
you guys
a
aren't allowed
room at your
across the
base or
border into
something.
Canada now, so I'm safely north of the 49th. Anyway, yeah, that's his response to that. And I guess we should probably have
Before-
the Varu come back. Okay,
Before we have the Varu come back, Gear's going to look out and I guess suggest this to anybody who's around. I'm gonna go see what I can find, what they left behind. Kind of an invitation if anybody wants to go see what he's about to find.
Right, you should probably leave the owl here then.
And Amala looks really curious, like she's torn and wants to, but she also feels like she should sit and wait.
Isn't that
He
something
suggests this, hands the owl to Bill, and then grabs a mala and walks off.
Okay, I'm coming.
He's gonna try to gather some information.
What are we looking for?
We're gonna see if they left anything behind. Anything that would tell us what they're into, what they're doing.
like
I'll
watching
show you.
children?
Do I know what they're doing?
Do you remember where they put the torches, where they were standing? We'll start there.
Okay. So she takes them out to the perimeter, and I assume we are gathering information.
Gather some more
I-
informations. What are you doing?
I am going to secure an advantage for Amala to gather the information.
Okay.
However, I would like to allow her to leverage my companion when she gathers information as well.
Actually, I'd like to do it the other way around. I'd like to have Amala, because Gear can learn quite a bit about the Varu.
But he is going to be guiding you in this. He's going to be teaching
Oh,
you
you're
how
going
to
to make
gather
me
your
learn,
own.
aren't you? Ugh! Pesky natural teachers.
This is him grabbing you by the collar and the trousers and throwing you into the deep end.
Yeah.
let's see if I can secure some advantages here, and this is my business.
This is why I was thinking.
Kind of. If I roll a natural one, that's okay. Secure an advantage.
It's still a
So
hit,
your
even with a
advantage
natural
is short-lived.
Yeah.
Take 1 momentum. So she gets 1 momentum. She's already at 10,
I
so it
maxed
kind of
out on
wasn't
momentum. I don't
particularly
have
useful.
However, I also get a +1 momentum from a
From your asset?
an asset. Sorry,
The wolf.
the wolf.
Okay, so that's so +1. So that's +2 momentum that she can't use. But there you go.
So I'll take 1 of the momentum.
Yeah,
There
I
you
got
go.
momentum just building up here,
Yep.
which was kind of what I was running on when I went
Just
stepping out, but I
waiting to
didn't
roll
need
a
it.
miss now. Yeah.
But we'll do that was basically the flavor, and he's just going to be kind of pointing it out, trying to get her to recall the information, where the people were standing, where the lights were, drawing upon her visceral memory of the moment.
Okay, and I'm also drawing on my visceral memory of the prior augury.
Yes. So you were doing a gather information.
And add +1 for the wolf.
Do I also add? Oh no, because he gave me momentum.
Yep. Well, you talked about it. You brought it on yourself.
I mean, it does make sense. These are very, very talented, intelligent people. They might not leave behind information.
No, but they did, and Amala recognizes it when she sees it. They did not leave footprints. They did not leave torches. They did not leave any sign, except you notice that Amala is standing there staring at a tree.
What did you find?
That's theirs. And she points to a mark on the tree. What's her name? In my notes.
Liska?
Liska was carving that symbol on a tree when she saw the Iron Man.
Is she marking the places that it's been?
No, and so Mala starts moving around. Look, here's another one. And starts walking. Look, and she starts going sort of further in to sort of see, are they back there? It's like, no, but there's a line of them around the circle where they were. No, there's a line of them around the circle for tincture, not the circle for her. Yeah, the circle is centered on tinctures. Tincture's den, as she put it. Because this is not new. It's not new.
Okay.
They did not make these marks tonight.
That is interesting.
So now what might occur it would absolutely not occur to Amala that this is territory marking.
But yeah, Gear would see
but
that
it
clearly.
probably would occur to Gear.
Or
like bears clawing.
Yeah.
trees.
or it's a symbol to keep something in.
Or something out.
We can ask them about it.
That's a good idea.
Yep.
Amala always has questions. Almost as many as Penn does.
Yeah.
I would like to apologize in advance for something that's going to happen in a few minutes.
Uh-oh.
It better be good after that. I will be judging you. But yeah, Gear will be kind of walking her through, rather than every time he catches her trying to reach out with her mind, he slaps her. Not hard, just like on the shoulder.
Yeah, right. Paying attention here.
No,
right.
no, here.
Here.
Listen,
right. Yes.
watch,
Yes.
smell,
Not there. Here. Yes.
balance. You can reach out with your mind, but you must be here in the moment.
Right.
And then as she finds this, he's like, oh shit, she's actually kind of good at this. He's like, yes, I already saw that. I was just waiting for you to see it.
Oh dear.
But I recognize it because I saw it. You weren't paying attention to the vision before.
But
I don't know if you guys would have seen that or if you would have just seen the image over her. But yeah.
And he was looking for maybe like scraps or something they would have dropped or markings they would have made. But
none of that. Absolutely none. They left no trace.
But he will find one of these markings that's on like a decrepit old tree, and he will try to pull the bark from the tree, keeping the symbol intact, so he can bring it back.
I'm sure he can. Yeah.
Yep.
I'll just take the tree with me.
Okay.
Wolfram's got the other end doing.
It's one of those things where I've got it over my shoulder, and the wolf is just hanging from it, like I'm helping.
Yep, but actually,
No,
she's
it's the other way around.
It's the other way around. Yeah.
There's an image of
Wolfram is
deer
holding it.
walking, and the wolf is just like, and his feet are off the ground.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, so let's see. Oh, the moon! Look, the moon! We gotta go back. Where are we? Which way's back?
Yep.
Looking expectantly at Gear. Which way's back?
I don't know. You got us here.
Oh Lord. I mean, there
I'm not
aren't
sure.
that many.
Right, listen.
As soon as she's
I
quiet
hear them
enough,
talking over there.
just nudge her shoulder a little bit and kind of turn her in the right direction.
Right, I mean over there.
You guys make it
So,
back.
so does Gear sense them arriving yet?
No, he can't hear him. He smelled them last time. He said he smelled ash and coal.
Right, ash and coal. Yes.
So they are.
Let's see.
Wait,
What was the difference between the weak gather information? What was the difference between the weak hit?
Our weak hit is complicated.
Oh no, this was I had to burn the momentum because this was pretty darn specific.
Yeah.
This was helpful and specific, so I got to burn it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say
burned.
so. And retrospectively burn the momentum.
Yeah. I mean,
It worked. The
I was on a roll. Yeah. And we don't let pesky stats get in the way of something
No,
that's
we do
narratively
not.
rolling anyway. So we have our own momentum.
Absolutely not. Yes.
Okay, and so she's practically tugging on here. Come on, we gotta get back. They're gonna be here.
Yeah, they show up and everyone but Amala is there.
Well, they've already shown they know where Amala is.
Yes.
And so as we are walking back and we kind of come into sight range of the people, it's like Gear and Amala are coming back, and then another figure out of the trees, kind of obliquely heading towards the same group.
Group of 5 of them.
There's 5 of them?
Yeah.
Okay, so is it one
But not the
person
whole
and then-
circle of all of them.
Yeah.
There's a group of 5 coming up to Parley
So is
'Cause there was
she
dozens.
leading and they're following, or are they traveling as a group?
as a group.
Okay.
And we have no idea if Liska is a leader or what. It's just she happens to be the one Amala recognized.
Yep.
Hey, I know you.
That's basically what she said. Kind of took her aback. It's like, who's this human creature?
I just met you, and this is crazy.
But
don't
roll
kill
with
this
it.
entire circle.
Yeah.
Okay,
So-
So come back, maybe?
yeah, we're back. So we're back.
So
Wait,
yeah,
so
so
we're
Liska
gonna-
shows up.
And you can see
Grown.
Amala's trying to drag her. Come on, we're gonna be. It's already late. She's fussing him.
She's doing 3 times the distance because she runs 5 feet ahead,
Yeah.
runs around 5 feet back.
Yeah.
And
Come on.
I'm assuming that it's kind of awkward where you left everybody else?
Well, by the time we get out in the open, I can see where you are.
Well, no, but like just like the
because we left.
you two left, and then it was just Caradwin, Gear, or Caradwin, Bill,
and
Tincture,
Bill.
and Naya.
Yeah.
Awkward.
With some muttering, like, do you
So-
know what's going on?
It's
It's a very
I guess
awkward.
Caradwin would see this first. At this moment of awkward when the Varu walk out of the trees, neither you nor Bill have seen them before, right? So it's like, holy I mean, I'm assuming. I don't want to speak for
Unless
you.
you
But like,
notice
whoa!
them unless you recognize them from because Amala did have the overlay, the visual overlay of the woman.
It might seem
Yeah.
familiar, but she wouldn't have outright like put them two and two together.
And seeing five
Yeah, you
of
probably
them
wouldn't have
actually come out
recognized the
of
way.
the
I mean,
woods in
Amala
the
just
middle of the
instantly
night,
recognized her, and you wouldn't.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be able to pick one particular one out from all the others.
So what you notice is as the five of them come out of the darkness and the shrubbery, Liska first, and then the other four kind of stumble and look down and try and walk, but their feet are held.
Oh, you did a ward.
And you turn your head, Caradwin, because you can see.
Yeah, Caradwin would notice it.
Tincture has got his hand out in front of him doing this, and his hand is just vibrating, and the look on his face is rage.
What are you doing?
I'll kill them all. I'll kill them all. Been hunting me for years. I'll kill them fucking all.
What are you talking about?
Hundreds and hundreds of years. Hundreds of years. This one's gonna die. This one's dying right now.
And before he can get any words out, she knocks him across the back of the head with her bow. to not to kill him, to knock him out.
Yep. So
that'll be a good
enter
distraction.
the fray.
Well then.
NPCs don't get the roll.
Nope.
You?
No, you roll. I said,
You
you
roll.
I know.
Enter the
Enter
fray.
the fray. I will come down here and find a. Where is enter the fray?
Enter the fray. Oh, let's see which.
Oh, there it is. Combat moves. There we go. Top right.
Yeah, I'm just facing off against your foe. Striking without warning is shadow.
Yeah.
Oh.
Strong hit.
Oh,
okay, so
man.
His danger level isn't really a thing. This is in my head. This is like it's going to work or it isn't. So I don't need to worry about troublesome or dangerous or any of that foolishness. Strong hit. So take 2 more momentum, and you have initiative, which means that you get to go now.
Okay.
So you just.
And I'm gonna strike. It's not gonna be. It's AKA non-lethal. I guess.
Yep,
it's with
you can.
iron.
Yeah, that's.
I'm using my bow, but it's not an edge.
Yep. Yep.
Have you seen the gif of the guy who's got through the expensive bow and
No!
he's like running after the bird
Fuck.
and throws it?
How much? Oh no, it didn't ask you, so you don't have.
No,
enough
I only have
momentum to
5.
change.
I only have 5 momentum.
How? Okay. How screwed are we?
Let's go to straight because let's see here. On a miss, your attack fails, and you must pay the price. Your foe has initiative. So do a pay the price. It is harmful, so you take harm. How does that work?
If you don't like it, roll again.
How do
Yeah,
you take
maybe roll
harm?
again.
Yeah, it makes no sense. Yeah, okay, let's see. Something of
Oh no, your bow!
that answers both questions. That answers
Oh,
how
my
you take
goodness.
harm.
Oh, that's horrible.
Oh, she goes to do it, and even though she had initiative, he senses it and snaps
He
it's
grows.
wood.
As
he
you-
grows like a piece of bark on his head, and you crack him, and your bow cracks.
Or you swing the bow and you just feel the wood just wilt in your grasp before it even connects.
Yeah, I like that even better. He just looks up and and like
And it just like ages
All the
1,000
strength goes out
years
of your
in your
out of your
hand,
bow.
and the
And
string
at that
just
point,
snaps the bow.
Amala and Gear are coming out.
Yeah, because we were coming kind of obliquely.
We
So
were
we
set
would
to arrive at a very similar time.
Yeah, so we're about the same distance away, which means we would.
Are we locked out too?
Did
Because
he
I
actually
think-
do a circle?
think
Did he do
he's
a full circle, or did he
trapping
do an
them.
entangle?
He's trapping them, I think, with his powers.
It's
not
just wrapping around
warding.
his feet at this
Okay,
point.
he did an entangle.
He's just
Okay.
entangling them right now. But because you lost initiative, it is essentially his go. So instead of
Except Amala's going to enter
Yep.
the fray.
okay, enter the fray. Enter the fray. Enter the fray.
Okay.
And when
so-
she sees Amala and Gear coming out, she yells to them, "He's trying to kill them!"
Okay. Now enter the fray. Which is which?
Wow.
If he's facing off, moving into a position against an unaware or ambushed.
While you guys are figuring
I guess
this
I'm going to
out,
roll heart, and I have to figure out
yep.
how to get back to that thing. That...
Liska herself looks down, and you can see her fingers moving in that rune that you have pulled off the tree. You can see, I mean, she's carving it in air, but she is carving it. And you see the roots that he has control over, that you've seen him control over and over again, pull back off, like they're pushed off almost by force.
Okay, and I'm not going to use my light for the entering the fray. Ugh. Full on miss.
My goodness.
What happens on a miss when I'm entering the fray? So I'm going towards the roots that are entangling them.
Yep.
That begins with
You
you
now
at
pay the price.
disadvantage.
Yep.
Pay the price.
Foe has initiative. Okay. Pay the price. Pay the price. Pay the price. Ah, there it is.
You are separated from something or
So I can't get to them. I can't get to them then.
So, yeah,
You're locked out.
Tincture pulls the.
No, I'm trying to get to
no,
the
sorry.
the Varut.
Liska blows the roots off of herself and her companions. They drop back into the ground and form a wall, Amala, in front of you between two trees.
Like no, stop it!
Split the party.
And is Gear beside Amala?
Yep.
Okay. Just getting a mental picture.
I don't know what to do.
You're it. Are you entering the fray?
Are you going to enter the fray or not?
do something else?
I guess.
You
But
got
what are you going to do to
thing
enter the
do
fray?
before-
I'm
they
trying
both
to.
lost. They're both at disadvantage, so this guy's
Yep.
Tincture's gonna get to do his thing
And
next.
what's Bill gonna do too?
And Amala's clearly distressed
yeah.
and is trying to get between the Varu and Tincture and.
I guess I would be moving into a position because I am going to circumvent this whole thing. I'm going to try to start moving around. I'm not going to charge into anybody.
Okay.
I'm trying to get an idea of what's going on. So it says it's Shadow.
Yep.
Okay, it's a weak
Who
hit.
is this person? What happened to Gear?
Bolster. Yeah. I am going to bolster my position. I am not going to take the initiative. I'm going to take the 2 momentum and wait it out, see what happens.
Okay.
Oh, now I wish I had momentum. Okay. Oof.
What the hell is Bill gonna do?
Well, he just saw Carradwin's bow get withered. They locked Amala out.
He's pissed. The new brave
At
Bill
who?
is pissed.
At who, though? Who are we killing?
Tincture. Duh.
No, what? We're going to piss off this whole circle.
Maybe not. Naya's there witnessing this.
Did he see it?
And she heard what he was saying.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, he's a lunatic.
Me
no,
and Amala
No, but-
didn't.
But Naya did. Naya of
did.
the circle did.
But yeah, Gear and Amala have no idea what's going on. You just know they're fighting.
Well, and
But
we're
Carradwin
coming up the
did
same
yell-
time they did. We know the Varu didn't do anything.
Yeah, Carradwin did yell that he was trying to kill them.
Oh yeah, that's true. She did say that.
Ooh, Bill's entering the fray.
Out of the darkness, out of the roots, out of the undergrowth, Bill just pops up right behind Tincture.
Entering Better than all of us are.
Throws the chain around his neck and catches the other end.
That bronze chain.
Strike.
Yep. So, Bill is the only one with initiative, right? Oh
Yep.
no, you haven't entered yet, or decided
Yeah.
but you're going to enter.
Gear hasn't entered
Gear.
the fray yet.
I have.
Oh, is that what your shadow
yeah,
was?
I'm bolstering my
That was
position.
your plus
so
your shadow.
gear,
Okay, so you're
Okay,
weak
so
hit.
he does not have
So
initiative.
I see.
And so,
he
yeah,
does.
gear-
So you do have initiative. Okay.
No, he
backs
doesn't.
up.
He does
He
not.
said he took the momentum instead.
Yeah. So
He got a
he,
weak hit.
yeah,
Right.
he kind of
Yes.
pulls a bill and disappears back into the trees to circle around with the wolf. And so they're kind of moving along the trees, circumventing this whole thing, trying to get a picture of what's going on because he doesn't know who to hit.
That's fair.
Bill's doing exactly the same thing he did last time with the evil thing. He's going to try and pop this fucker's head off. So, it's a strike.
Are we fighting the shaman?
Yeah.
he heard
Gray Barrow?
He heard them say. He heard this guy say that he's going to kill the Varu.
Oh no.
And he aggressed against them before they tried to even do anything.
Yep.
As far as we know. And Naya hasn't said
That's
anything.
the wrong sheet. So,
This feels like a
She seemingly
drastic-
did not
Naya's
know.
at this point now. Naya's sort of standing in shock because she's just heard that and seen this and seen that. It's like,
She's in nothing but pajamas and boots.
yeah,
Yeah, your nightie and your snow boots. Like,
oh. Does that work?
yeah. She didn't even think to grab a sword or anything. So what? Oh, Bill.
So I am striking and pulling back on that chain, but it's not the chain that's doing the damage. It's Amala's light. So I'm going to take, because it was given to me, I have light as a light bearer that Mala gave to me. I am burning that and giving myself +2 on this. Oops, did that wrong. Hang on.
fancy.
Shadowbringer.
Gonna make a shaman out of him too.
Light. 1 modifier +2.
This is futile.
Oh,
So he just, I mean,
Didn't even need it.
Bill's not a physically strong man. He just hauls on that chain. The chain is not what does this. It's Amala's light that chokes this man into unconsciousness. Tincture.
So what happens with the roots and the barriers and
roots
stuff?
just-
It's just unconscious.
Yeah, the roots just back into the ground.
And same with the ones over the
Well, that's
way.
the Varu did that, right?
The wall separates and just
Okay.
everything just draws back.
and so Amala is running up. I mean, as soon as she manages to get through, she's running to get between Tincture and the Varu. You know, she's standing protectively in front of the Varu
Yep.
Wait.
with her back to
So-
them. By the way,
and Gear,
It's-
Gear is
it's-
behind them too. So we have this standoff with the Varu, Amala in front, and Gear down behind, and then Naya, Tincture, Bill, and Caradwin on the other.
Status on Tincture, though. Is he alive or dead at this moment?
He is. We specifically said we weren't doing, we weren't
Mhm.
killing
Critical
them,
damage.
and Amala certainly wouldn't, and it was her light that
Yeah.
did the trick. So
Okay,
he
just checking.
it just the hands around the neck,
Basically,
chokes him out,
chokehold.
just
yeah.
chokes him out, and as he goes down, he just puts his knee in the middle of his back and just keeps the tension on the chain.
Vicious. I love it. And there's a long stalemate of what's going to happen
long
next.
silence.
A silence that feels like it's going to take a week to resolve itself.
I mean,
Stand up. So, yeah, we'll pick up here. Yeah, it does.
Wow, I for one need to rewatch the whole second half of that and see what the hell actually happened. It was amazing, but I'm still not 100% sure. The moment when I decided that Tincture was the bad guy in all of this, that they've Yeah, we'll find out next week. It's pretty clear, and I thought it was pretty clear that Tincture's
At least
mortal,
as far as
so-
the Varur is concerned, he's the bad
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah. So, with that, holy cow. My co-creators, we have outdone ourselves again every bloody week. This episode, by the way, I called Pressure before we ever started, so I think that worked
Does
out
that
fairly
every
well
week
again.
too, by the way. He names it
Just,
before we actually know what's going to happen.
Yeah, before we start, I name them every week, so because
Just
I
knows
know
to keep
these
it
people.
negative, and it's a pretty safe bet.
I know these people. These people, Robin, who played Caradwin for us tonight, thank you. Karis, who played Amala, to a level of execution it was spectacular to watch. Thank you. That scene where you played both sides was epic, 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 epic. In fact,
Oh, you're so
I vote
sweet.
you take an experience point for that. And Austin
I will
playing
take
Gear. This Daddy Gear might possibly be my new favorite character in this
Ruh-roh.
game, at least temporarily. Wow.
I just love the owl in between. Just a little bit of comedic relief.
Oh yeah, absolutely. There was some good. Tonight was very, very tense in places and very funny in places. So it was the nice balance. I was almost said, speaking of tense in some places and funny in others, but that's really not a good segue for any of you. Maybe me, but not really any of you. Robin.
Okay, so start with you. You never start with you, Kevin.
We never start with me, but I go last for a reason because I got something I'm going to remember to pitch tonight. So,
Ruh-roh.
Robin, tell us about your art first, and then tell us about the wiki if you wouldn't mind.
Okay. Yes, I draw. I do art, and I did the official character art for Kevin's Deadlands campaign. That's on the Mercs of Mischief channel, and I do art for just whatever else I want to do because that's kind of what way I live right now. And it goes up on my Twitter. The stuff that I've done for Ironsworn is up on the wiki. I also just do fan art and stuff like that too whenever I get the chance. And so
what's the Twitter?
It's right there on the
Thunderscape 7.
Oh, okay. It's in chat. But for people that don't
Yeah,
that didn't see
Thunderscape
this live,
7.
Thunderscape 7.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Like on YouTube later.
Yeah,
Yes,
on the
I'm
YouTubes
Thunderscape
later.
7 on most website, most social media. So and my art
Kevin,
is
we need a wiki command.
Yes, we do.
my art is on Twitter, but it's also on like Facebook and Tumblr and all that fun stuff. And I am also the main lore keeper of the wiki for our game. And
Yes, you are.
so I update it with the episodes and links to the YouTube videos and descriptions. And Grey Barrow now has a page on there, and soon the characters within Grey Barrow will have pages as well. It's
any canon that comes out of our mouth, any random thing that comes out of our mouths, she enshrines in canon in the wiki.
You can watch
write
it
down as though it was carefully thought out and planned. Yeah.
Watch it organically happen when I say something totally off the walls and you see Robin go. That is organic wiki creation. That is somebody opening their mouth in the librarian going, go on.
Yes. more like
the court transcriber, the stenographer. But so yeah, a lot of the information is there. There's a lot of just about a bunch of characters that we have and stuff we've mentioned, and there's also links to all of the stuff that's like Ironsworn official and all the assets and moves and all that stuff is there too.
Very, very cool. A tremendous amount of work, and thank you so much. I would never have had the patience, the skill, or the talent to do any of it myself, so thank you. Austin, we talked about you play Mondays, Wednesdays, and then here on Thursdays. Last week you added a fourth day to that. Or was that 2 weeks ago?
Oh,
No, that was last week. So yeah, last week you played almost as many days as I did. So tell us first of all about what. Well, you know what? Just tell us what happened last Friday. Let's just lead with that.
Anybody that doesn't like the way Gears played, go watch me on Friday. That's totally different character. And
give him a taste of his voice.
I feel
of
oh my
Declan's
god.
voice.
So if I had to tell you guys anything about what happened on Friday, right? Basically, what I would tell you is we got all together, right? And we put all these crazy brains in this car, and we just took the whole thing like a can of dice and just like that, right? And then you slam it down on the table, right? Bam, right? And then the dice go flying everywhere, and then you just kind of see what happens. You just kind of see what's going on.
That is a tiny hint of Danger Declan, the Crimson Scavenger,
It was
in action.
incredible.
Yes, that was Crash Pandas last Friday. The week before that was Havoc Brigade, which leads me. I won't go last this time. I'll go third. Leads
That was a
me
blast.
into tomorrow night. Well, first of all, Sundays, Mondays, and Tuesdays over on Mercs of Mischief. Watch Puck run us through a maze of his little mind. A little maze of his mind. I didn't mean that the other way. It's 8 of us in two different groups in one world, Sundays and Mondays, and then I run Deadlands there on Tuesdays. Wednesday night there's another night. 2 of these are in. Thursday nights we do this, and then Friday nights now is the Fun Shot Fridays, and tomorrow night I'm looking forward to this one a lot. We're gonna play Honey Heist. Bears, hats, theft,
And honey.
that's all you need to know. That's absolutely everything you need to know about that. And vengeance, always some
No,
vengeance.
conventions.
Oh,
Conventions.
conventions. Oh, vengeance.
And conventions.
Vengeance.
Vengeance always has a place in it too. But yes,
It's going to be
conventions.
great.
And Karis is going to be in that one with us tomorrow night, so I'm looking forward to that a lot.
You
That's
poor
gonna be-
unfortunate souls.
Oh yes,
gonna be
that's the quote. That's the only hint I've got as to who she's going to be. So we will make characters live at the start of that game and roll right into it. And yes, with that, that leaves you, Karis, the busiest woman in D&D. What all are you doing?
I am not, oddly enough,
Not just
I
in
am
D&D.
not- I am not the busiest woman in D&D. I'm not even remotely. Some of these dungeon masters are running multiple games a day over
I
in the
don't know how
Daddy
they do
Warbucks community. These people are insane. They have nothing else to do, I suppose. But anyways, yeah, I've been doing mostly streaming, some on my channel, some on other friends' channels like this one. Mostly Dungeons and Dragons, some Minecraft, some Ironsworn. Yeah, I'm way behind on putting out Minecraft videos. I've got a friend who keeps bugging me on that. But anyways, so yeah, let's see. I'm a dungeon master for Dungeons and Dragons Adventure League on Wednesday nights. I'm here on Thursday nights. This Friday I'm doing I think over there.
Honey Heist.
Saturdays I have my home game, and then I have the one of the cast games on Daddy Warbucks, and then Sunday I co-stream Minecraft with a friend, and then I stream. I'm a player in a friend's game, and I stream that for him, and then I'm in another friend's home game that afternoon on his channel. Mondays I watch Too Many Warlocks, back on Mercs of Mischief. Tuesdays I try to play Minecraft, and then that brings me back to Wednesdays, and it's like
But definitely not the busiest woman in the.
no,
only
not
7
even
days a week.
close.
Only 7 days a week. So,
Yeah.
Oh,
Passion.
I don't know. I don't know where Amala gets her humility from. I don't know where that comes from. I haven't got a clue.
But you're finally getting to see that just because you've seen Hester and Amala, you're finally getting to see that not all of my characters are like that.
They are never the same. No, I love your characters. They're good fun. I think that's pretty much all of it for this week. So my standard 5 thank yous again. Robin, thank you. Karis, thank you. Austin, thank you. I think we might have lost. Oh, no, you're back. It was frozen there for a while. Austin, thank you. Twitch people, thank you. And those of us watching in the future on YouTube, thank you guys too. This is also amazing. 50 followers on Twitch and over 100 subs on YouTube. You guys are amazing and worth every second of it. Hey, Sky, thank you very much. And with that...
Oh, is that my boy Floof over there?
It is your boy Floof.
That's your boy Floof. And we're out.